You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry ChillyBoy Chilson, and this is my review for Nope. Now, before we get into this review, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button down below so that you can chill with me on each and every one of my latest videos. Nope is a 2022 science fiction horror film from Jordan Peele, delivering the third project in which he has served as both writer and director, this time starring Daniel Kaluuya, Kiki Palmer, and Steven Yeun. Nope follows California horse caretakers as they encounter a mysterious force that affects both human and animal behavior. In recent years, we have been treated with some great auteur horror filmmakers, new, fresh voices on the block, many of which were releasing their third film in 2022. Amongst those, maybe one of the most fresh and exciting voices to emerge was Jordan Peele. Obviously, Get Out is a horror classic that is being replicated left, right, and center these days. Also, Us, I thought was fantastic. I know a lot of people don't love it. They turned on it after initially loving it upon release, but I think it's a pretty fantastic follow-up to Get Out. Yeah, I was excited to see what Jordan Peele was going to deliver with his latest concept. And when I saw that trailer, yeah, I was fully on board. And ultimately, I'm happy to report I really enjoyed Nope. So let's go ahead and talk about the positives first. I want to begin with our cast because I think they are all fantastic. Daniel Kaluuya gives a much more restrained performance than, say, the one he won his Oscar for in Judas and the Black Messiah. This film really allows him to show a different intricacy to his talents as an actor, and he's fantastic in this central role. I love Steven Yeun, and he is perfectly delightful in this film. I just wish maybe he had a meatier role because ultimately the scene stealers are Kiki Palmer and Brandon Perea. I adored both of them in this film. They were my favorite characters. I was having a blast all the time when they were on the screen. Most ways, I would say Kiki Palmer is actually the star of the film. She gives a great horror scream queen type of performance while also being freaking hilarious. I loved her. Then Brandon Perea as Angel. Oh, he was so adorable. First of all, hello, Brandon. But I also just loved his character. I thought he was really funny, really relatable. Great addition to this cast. Now, not to be outdone, Jordan Peele himself is a star behind the camera. As a director, he is just so sure handed, delivering a really atmospheric wonder of a film. It beautifully balances this big, wonderful science fiction blockbuster with a really tense horror atmosphere throughout. This is one of those films that is not an outright horror fest, if you will. Instead, it really builds that tension. It has you tensed up and nervous throughout. You aren't able to breathe through the majority of this film. A big part of that is also due to the amazing sound design, some of the best sound design I've heard over the past couple of years, and certainly top of the class for 2022. The creativity of these new inventive sounds that are introduced, blended with just the pure skill and balance, is expertly crafted. It is stunning. Add that to the amazing original score, and not only is this film beautiful for the eyes, when you close your eyes and just listen, it is equally as stunning. And I have to say, I absolutely love the first 2/3 of this film as we are building up this mystery and adding these different layers and components to the story. I was fully enthralled, completely invested, and really thought this could compete for Jordan Peele's best film to date. I also think there are some amazing elements individually when it comes to this film. We get themes, these individual set pieces that have to do with a chimpanzee, and this concept behind ultimately what it is that's affecting this farm is something like we've never seen before. And I found it to be this really inventive, spectacular way to adapt this type of story. So then, what does Nope not quite get right, in my opinion? Well, I mentioned I adored the first two-thirds of this film. Unfortunately, that final act is a bit uneven. I would say about half of it, I was still fully on board, but as we unraveled this mystery, the payoff, it was good, not great. I wouldn't put it down as a complete negative because I did still enjoy what I got. It unfolded into something a little bit too outlandish compared to what we had leading into that ultimate reveal. Also, some of these rules, they're real faulty. I'm not going to explain them in any sense because this is a non spoiler review, and the less you know going in, the better. But we get rules and we have these different ideas that the characters try to follow as they are trying to solve this mystery. And they're very inconsistent. There's not really a good rhyme or reason to what's happening. Ultimately, I can get on board with anything, any ideas, any sort of new world, as long as you stick to your own rules. And I don't quite think this film does. I think that the script is just a little bit too loose. We add in this entire backstory for what turns out to be a somewhat minor character. It just very, very loosely ties into the rest of the film. We keep revisiting these traumatic events, and they even leave clues within the scene that lead you to believe it's going to have more of a payoff than it actually does. So I think some parts of the film itself aren't woven into the script as cleanly as I wish they were. But ultimately, I think Nope is a really good, really fun blockbuster horror film. Into the likes of Alien, this really blends in science fiction and horror thriller in a fun, exciting way that mostly works for me. While I certainly don't think it's Jordan Peele's best work, I still really appreciate the fact that as a filmmaker, he continues to push boundaries, push himself, and elevate what the horror genre can be. And Nope continues that trend with another really good entry to this young director's filmography. So, if you've been a fan of Jordan Peele's films, if you enjoy his general blend of horror and comedy, I think you're going to enjoy this film as well. I would say the social commentary definitely takes more of a back seat here than it does in his previous works, but it more than makes up for that in just pure viewing spectacle. If you're someone who really enjoys technical aspects of filmmaking, Nope is a must see on a big screen. It is an absolute technical wonder. So, yeah, head out and give Nope a full price ticket this weekend. So, that is my review for Nope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so that you are always up to date on all of my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see Nope? And what have you thought of Jordan Peele's films to date? Let me know either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.